Welcome guys. So we're back again live, and this time I'm going to talk about the difference between BTC and Ethereum. And again, most of you would probably know the key differences, but not all of them, right? So I'm going to talk about those differences and how they relate to themselves as the leading cryptocurrencies and which one is better. So you got to decide after we take a look at and talk about what the differences are, and of course based on price charts, and also kind of do a high-level comparison. And that's the goal for this particular short video. So what's up, YouTube community, and welcome to InvestDesk, your #1 channel for investing in cryptocurrency with daily updates, news, forecasts. My name is Syed, and we are going to take a look at the differences between Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? So BTC versus ETH, and that's the key thing. So if you're just joining in, just make sure you hit the subscribe button and give it a like, and also place some comments. So let me first go ahead and write down the differences, the topic, right? So the topic today is straightforward. I'm going to talk about the differences, and we'll also take a look at the price chart. Okay. Let me go ahead and quickly put down the topic here. There we go. All right. So basically Bitcoin versus Ethereum, right? Both of them are, by the way, de facto cryptocurrency leaders, and they have firmly placed themselves in the world global market of the cryptocurrency total market. But what are the features, right? Which one do you really want to choose? So if you were given a choice between Bitcoin and Ethereum, which one will you choose to invest in, or just kind of, which one's better, right? The fact is that other cryptocurrencies are much closer to Bitcoin and Ethereum than Bitcoin and Ethereum to each other, by the way, right? So you'll be surprised, and again, you have been investing for a while perhaps, or you're just new to this. So this is a good way to understand the key differences between Bitcoin and Ethereum and how they actually function and work, because that'll give you a solid understanding of what the key differences are. So first, I've displayed the chart for Ethereum, right? So ETH is at, you can see it on the chart, right? The way it presents itself and the way the chart is working. So it has been holding steady, okay? And this is again ETH, and I'm going to bring up BTC. So you can see BTC at 48,000, right? Came down a little bit. ETH, on the other hand, is a little up, right? So Bitcoin is currently at 48,650. Okay, so again, down from yesterday quite a bit, but we're talking about the differences between the two, and here are the key differences that I'm going to focus on. So you really would now, by the end of this, of course, you'll have a solid understanding of what the differences are between Bitcoin and ETC. Okay. All right. So the first and foremost difference. But before I actually talk about differences, let's take a look at a brief overview, right? So BTC is the main decentralized digital blockchain cryptocurrency, right? With a market cap or capitalization of more than 638 billion, 488 million, or something like that, right? Almost touching 1 trillion. And it was launched by 2009 by Satoshi Nakamoto. And this person has yet to be found, right? So it's just a mystery that is still out there. No one knows basically who created Bitcoin. And I'm going to create another video on just the history of Bitcoin. So, and it's important to learn Bitcoin because this is of course, the prime cryptocurrency at this point. So if you understand the historical aspects of Bitcoin and what it went through, it's easier to get into Dogecoin and altcoin and other cryptocurrencies. It'll give you a solid understanding. So, although Bitcoin was not the first version of digital currency, it has come to be known as a predecessor to all cryptocurrencies launched over the last, let's say, 10 years or so, right? So Bitcoin payments are processed basically by a network of computers that are linked through a shared ledger, and all transactions are recorded into a blockchain of each computer. So that's, just in short, what Bitcoin is all about. Ethereum, or ETH, right, was launched in 2015, which is fairly recent, right? Just about 5 or 6 years ago, which is a blockchain-based, open source, also decentralized platform. It is also used as cryptocurrency, right? So Ether, the second largest cryptocurrency by market cap after Bitcoin. There's also a ledger technology, very similar to Bitcoin, that is used by companies for building new programs. Okay? But Ether and Bitcoin have much in common. Each is a digital currency traded on exchanges. Both are decentralized. In other words, they're not issued and regulated by anyone. No governments that are involved. And both Bitcoin and Ether use the distributed ledger technology, or known as blockchain, right? So that's the common aspects of both. Now, apart from these common elements, right, key differences between Bitcoin and Ethereum are important to know, because before you make a decision, should I buy Bitcoin or should I buy Ethereum, you need to know some of the important core features of both of them. So the first that I want to talk about is the transactions, right? So Ethereum block time or transaction speed is seconds, and Bitcoin's block time is minutes. So that's the first key difference. And Bitcoin's transactions are manual and provided by miners, right? We're mining these coins, and based on smart contracts. Ethereum's transactions are automatic, so of course it provides, as a result, it's going to provide you high speed and security of transactions. So these are the two differences between, or the first rather core difference in terms of transactions between BTC and Ethereum. The second are the use cases. Like, how do we actually use Bitcoin and how do we use Ethereum? So both, of course, they're crypto investors heaven, right? They're important. People like those, both of them, Ethereum and Bitcoin, but they vastly differ in targets and use cases. Okay, so you have to kind of know that Bitcoin is more of a store of wealth and payment currency. So users who invest in it, they typically intend to hold it for long term. So therefore, Bitcoin is like a decentralized store of value, right? A peer-to-peer currency used for financial transactions without, involving any third parties in any payment technology. In other words, you can think of Bitcoin, the main purpose of Bitcoin is to be an alternative to dollar, right? Paper currency, fiat currency. Now, Ethereum is a whole different ballgame. Okay, Ethereum was primarily launched as a digital currency on the Ethereum network to primarily run on decentralized blockchain-based smart contract applications. Okay, without any downtime, control, or any interference by third parties, and do not go offline action for other tokens. Okay, so here's the use case core difference between Ethereum and Bitcoin. So we talked about the transactions and of course the use cases. The third, I believe, right? Is it the third? Yeah, before I go to third, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like, by the way, and put some comments. So we're talking about the differences between Ethereum and we're talking about difference between Ethereum and Bitcoin. All right, so we're gonna next talk about the transaction fees. The Ethereum has fees for confirming transactions, where simply a user would pay in ethers, which is converted into a gas, and what that is just a denominated ether unit used to pay for transactions on the blockchain. Bitcoin, on the other hand, transaction fees do not depend on the transaction amount. Users, if you're a Bitcoin user, or if you have Bitcoins, you can then manually set the fee value, right? Whatever you like, desired value. But the transactions, they freeze due to a small fee amount. And the reason for that is because miners can process transactions that are more profitable for them, right? So this is another difference between transaction fees. All right, so this kind of makes sense, right? So